Hi, I'm Tad the Diet Coach, and here's another question this week. Came from somebody on a forum board. Asked me about intra workout drinks and what my feelings were about them. I have had them on people's programs before when it's called for. Typically, it's usually in the off season when people are bulking up, and it really depends on the kind of metabolism that people have and the kind of meal plan that I can put them on. For the most part, I don't really like to have them because there's a lot of a drink that has a lot of carbs and a lot of nutrients in it is going to cause some gastric distress in terms of it'll pull blood into your gut to digest those nutrients while you're working out. You really want blood flow going into the muscles. So if you do a light drink, I've often recommended mix in maybe like diluting Gatorade or some type of like carbolin type drink with a little bit of branched chain amino acids in it, but nothing super heavy, nothing more than probably about 25 grams of carbs in it at the most, diluted in a lot of water, and maybe a pint or 2 pints of water, something like that. So that way it's nice and diluted, and you don't get it's not really intense. You just want a little bit of sugars, bringing that blood sugar level up. But generally speaking, when you go into a workout and your blood sugar level gets low, your body releases glucagon, and that will free up sugars from your liver and from your the glycogen stored in your muscles. So those kinds of things usually happen, and you don't typically need that kind of stuff. The best thing to do is do a pre-workout drink that has branched chain amino acids in it and some other things that you may need. Maybe I oftentimes will have a drink about 45 minutes before I go work out. It'll include my branched chain amino acids. It'll include some extra glutamine. It'll include some extra protein, usually from a whey isolate, a real quick source, as well as some carbolin. So I want some extra carbs. And that usually takes the place of my sort of pre-workout meal. But I take it in drink form so I can easily assimilate it, get it into my system within an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm training. So that's the most effective way. It usually works the best that way. I'm not really a big fan of doing it during the workouts. I have done drinks during the workouts, but again, it can cause my workouts may tend to suffer at times because if your drinks are too loaded with nutrients, too loaded with carbs or proteins, that will distress the system and cause blood to pool into the gut to be able to digest those nutrients. So that's my 2 cents on intra-workout drinks. Some can be useful, but in general, as long as they're light, as long as they're diluted appropriately enough, and some of the drinks that have been made out there are concocted this way. But in general, I don't really like them. I just prefer to do pure water, and that's what I usually recommend for most of my clients who are dieting for sure, and even the ones who are in the off season. I usually recommend just water, and then having their meal structure set up to be able to accommodate for their needs, their nutritional needs, so they don't lose any muscle. The biggest concern most people have is, I don't want to lose muscle when I work out, blah, 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 that kind of a thing. Usually that's not if your diet is set up correctly, you should have more than enough nutrients to be able to fuel your workouts and fuel your muscles for growth if you're eating appropriately. So I hope that helped. I hope that answered your question, my friend, and I'll continue to answer these questions throughout the course of these weeks go by. Please email me, send me questions if you want to at tadthedietcoach.com, or you can send me on my Facebook page as well. So this is Tad the Diet Coach saying be positive, stay positive, and I will see you soon.